Hello everybody. On this video I've got one for the military collectors. This is 3R's figure for the General Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus of Germany's 6th Army. That was the army that fought a war of attrition with Russia at the Battle of Stalingrad in World War II. It ended up in a significant defeat for Germany. So let's take a look at what we've got. Flip over and there's a image of a burnt out, bombed out Stalingrad. And then here we have a picture of the figure. I have tried to do gloves like that and have never been successful. Maybe if they're ironed, that might work. So here is the figure right out of the box, wearing his ubiquitous general's uniform with the gray pants with the red stripe, gray-green tunic. Epaulets are already in place, which is nice. Jack boots, and he's got his ribbon bar in place. Let's see what else he has. Here's his neck order. This, I believe, is for his fur hat, which we'll get to in a minute. He's got a pin-on, a couple of pin-on medals, and then his collar tabs, general's collar tabs. He's got a ring and a watch. And then here is his breast eagle and some extra pips for his epaulets. Here is his general's cap, already put together, which is nice. He comes with a fur cap. Now I believe these are emblems for a hat, which I believe are supposed to go on here. However, trying to attach that on this fur I think would be very difficult. Plus, looking at historic photos, it's not very clear that he ever had those on the fur hat to begin with. A pair of goggles, which are a lot better than the those frameless goggles they've issued in previous figures. Binoculars, and here is a holster. Oh, and here is his little pistol that goes in it. He's got another pair of boots, which I'm guessing are warmer than his regular leather boots. There is a buckle, but I don't think the boots come apart in the back. So, and let's see what's underneath. Okay, got his belt, some extra hands, his gray gloves, which will not come out of the box. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a scarf. I don't know. It's kind of narrow. But again, that's probably not going to come out of the box. And then he's got his great coat with real buttons. So those are always fun to button up. So let's put him together and see how he looks. So here is Field Marshal Paulus in a typical general's uniform with the elaborate embroidery on the collar and the red stripes on his pants. A few things noteworthy on this figure. He is the Taylor Swift of the collection in that he's all legs. He's a very tall figure. his Iron Cross clasp and his Iron Cross medal. These are one piece. In all my previous figures, those have been two separate medals. The other thing is his cap. You can see it kind of looks kind of wrinkled. It's not as stiff and structured on the top as we normally see on these caps, and I guess that's showing the vicissitudes of war. So there he is. Another thing of note, which eagle-eyed viewers probably have noted already, is he's missing any indications of his field marshal's rank. He doesn't have a baton, and nor did he come with the interim stab. And in fact, his epaulets are missing the cross batons of a field marshal and instead have the 3 pips of a general colonel. So why do we call him a field marshal? Well, that's an interesting story, and I'll try to condense it. He was the head of the German 8th Army, which battled the Russians at the Battle of Stalingrad. Hitler did not allow him to retreat. He knew he was going to lose the battle. He didn't want to needlessly sacrifice the army, but Hitler would not let him retreat. And then one morning, he and his staff were woken up early one morning and with 2 messages. One, that the Russians were outside, ready to take him prisoner. And 2, during the night, they had received a radio communique from Hitler promoting Paulus to field marshal, with the ominous reminder that no German field marshal had ever been taken prisoner or surrendered. Everyone took that to mean that if he didn't die in battle, he was to commit suicide. Later on, Paulus would tell somebody that there was no way he would ever commit suicide for the likes of Hitler. So that is why we have a field marshal in a general colonel's uniform. And here is Paulus and the other items of clothing the figure set comes with. His fur cap. I'm not too thrilled with this white string sticking up. His other pair of boots. These were really easy to slip on. And then his coat and gloves. I went for a casual look with the coat rather than the typical having it all buttoned up in the belt around it on the outside. So, not sure if this works. If somebody has an opinion, would like to hear it. But anyway, there is Field Marshal Paulus. I think he's a great set, great addition. Love to hear your comments, and as always, thank you for stopping by.